Okay, boom. So here's my screen. Sorry, I was just trying to switch it over. Just so you guys could see what we were looking at. Realistically, kind of the area I had marked up was this hourly. We didn't quite hit the hourly candle, but we had an imbalance right under there. So that's why, for me personally, right, I called this out to the squad. And then also gold, right? Gold I had actually called buys, but truthfully, just by the looks of price action, it looks like we're going to continue lower, truthfully, right? We actually came down into that kind of 1 minute area that I had mentioned. So like, unless we like literally fly right now, which I don't think we're going to do, I truthfully think that we're just going to take this low. Where I could see immediately in terms of fills, we have this little 5 minute right here. But Nas is definitely the clean one, right? Saw the 15 minute break of structure. And it was just kind of clean fills. That's really like relatively what you look for in terms of price action. You just look for optimal entry points, right? You're not looking to force anything per se. You're just really looking for the best possibilities to enter the market, right? So in terms of that, give me one second. Boom. So based off of everything, today, right, we're going to be kind of going over a few things. I just want to make sure that everybody is obviously on the same track. If you guys were on yesterday's call, you guys know that we covered more of the risk management side of funding accounts in particular. So I feel like that was pretty cool to be able to have gone through that. But what I want to be able to do today is definitely cover a few more things with you. So even truthfully, before we really get on the charts, because I can't stress this enough, right? I can't stress this enough that at the end of the day, a lot of people are here obviously to make money, right? But we don't want to do the psychological things that come with that, right? Like, for example, it's like, if we were to go, right, blue skies, right, 4 figures, live account, right? So really what I want you guys to understand is, like, from the time that I was in $100 drawdown, I didn't even have to, I down $100, right? I down $100 before I started this call, right? I can end this call right now and I could close all of my trades. And as we speak, right, that's 1,100 right there. Okay. So I really want you guys to understand that the reason why, you know, it becomes a little bit easier over time is not because of anything other than the psychological discipline that most people truthfully just skip. So I'm going to go over a few things today, right? And people that feel like mindset, like, you could honestly leave if you feel like, you know, this stuff is useless to you. If you feel like anything, if you feel like, you know it, then leave. But if you guys haven't withdrew multiple 6 figures this year out of the markets, like, you might want to stay, right? So that's all I'm going to say, right? So use your discretion, right? And I'm going to be covering a few things that have to do with mentality in particular. So really what I want you guys to understand is the importance of a few skill sets. So I'm really going to give you guys a few things that kind of help me, right? And what I want you guys to do is, let me see some more cameras first of all, right? There's 51 people on here. Let me see where you guys are at. Unless you guys are driving, unless you're at work, right? Unless you're in the bathroom, right? There's really no excuse as to why your camera's not on. Because I want to see people taking notes, right? I want to see what people are doing, right? So in terms of that, really what I want you guys to understand, right, is the first tip that I'm really going to give you guys in terms of success, in terms of allowing yourself mental clarity, allowing yourself to be in a space to grow, right? The first step is going to be journaling, right? So journaling helps the obsessions that you guys have. So I want you to write that down right beside journaling on your notes. So you need to journal, right? Journaling helps stop obsession. So a lot of people are obsessed, right, to the wrong things. They're obsessed to poor habits. We're obsessed to poor relationships. We're obsessed to poor discipline habits, right? And really what I want you to understand is if you can't be real with yourself, you can't be real with anyone. Right? Because like I feel like I keep it a stack as much as I can with my team, right? I'm not perfect. Yo, if you guys are on my team, what did I drop today in the chat? I dropped a bunch of reds. I dropped a bunch of reds. You want to know why? Right? It's because I was dumb, right? It was the first reason. I shouldn't have did what I did, but at the same time, right? I really was sitting there, and it's very difficult to live trade and call out for other people while you're managing 2 or 3 of your own accounts while giving people direction, right? Try it, and then you'll know what I mean. But at the same time, I really just fundamentally went against a lot of things that I know I should have. And journaling immediately after was the reason why. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. Was the reason why I was able to just get over it. Okay. So I want you to write in like brackets or right under it, right? Journaling helps stop obsession, right? And then under that, don't carry baggage mentally. Okay? Don't carry baggage mentally. So I feel like a lot of people just walk around just carrying a lot of things around that are unnecessary, right? I'm talking about that trauma from when you were a kid, from when you were 7. I'm talking about that relationship you just got out of that was toxic. I'm talking about all of these things that we hold on to, that we focus our attention on, that have absolutely nothing to do with what we want in life and what we want in terms of our success. And I really hate to break it to you, because at the end of the day, right, getting out of rhythm is normal, okay? But the key is to really just carve time out today to get a little bit better, right? So getting out of rhythm is normal, right? How many of you guys, drop a 1 in the chat if you ever got out of your routine before, right? If you were in a consistent routine at one point, but then now it's like you're not in a routine, right? Gold missed our sell area, but it's dumping. Love it. Right, love it. Yeah, I've been there. But what I do after analyzing that I've been useless for probably the last few days when I should have probably been doing more, right? I go about action, right? I look for a step that I can take to ensure that I don't stay in the same position. Like the goal is just change. You want to get uncomfortable. What you've done thus far has gotten you to where you're at. Think about it. How many withdrawals have you had off of trading, right? Because I'm telling you, I was blowing accounts until I was taking this stuff seriously. I was finding the moves, but I wasn't withdrawing. I wasn't able to sit here and make $1,400 in 18 minutes. I'll tell you that. I used to sit there and get excited for my $6 of my trading account because I knew that was 10%. I was like, lit, 10%, right? And it's the consistency, because if you're too big for the little things, right, you're too little for the big things. So if you can't do those little things now, if you can't do the little things with $100 account to make sure you don't blow it, what makes you think you're going to be able to do the things with the $1,000 account, the $100,000 account, the $1,000,000 account? Like, you don't just change as you get more money. You create habits, and oh my God, and you have I'm sorry. I need to close. We need to partial a little bit of money. Sorry, family. I was just securing the bag, family. So family, for everyone that was in the group chat yesterday, right? Everything we lost, we just made back. So I'm telling you, like literally, we need to be transparent, because if I didn't journal, I would have probably did the same meathead stuff that I did to lose initially, right? So next, right? This is probably the most important thing that I feel like most people skip over, right? And I want you to write this down, right? Thought does not work unless in silence. I want you to write that down, please. Thought does not work unless in silence. So a lot of us have a lot of chatter. We have a lot of clutter. Like, how many of you guys have siblings, kids? You have construction that's down the street. You have that annoying neighbor that just wakes up and decides to make noise on his lawn at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, I'm telling you, we all have these people. We all have these things. But how many of us take time to make sure for at least 5 to 10 minutes a day? I want every single person to write down on a piece of paper right now, I will take 10 minutes a day to be in pure stillness, silence. For me, I like to be, my silent time to me is the shower. You guys ever sit in the shower and just be thinking in the shower? You guys be sitting there, you guys been in the shower for damn near 35 minutes. Damn near, oh my goodness. I'm happy I got quick trigger fingers because damn, my partial on gold at it, right? So one tip is to stay away from noise. Okay, how do I stay away from noise, Cash? I'm constantly surrounded by noise, right? I got another few tips that I'm really going to be able to help. That, like I said, are just going to enhance the mental discipline that we have. So next, right? I can tell. Okay, look. You guys are gonna realize I think I'm funny. I don't care if none of you guys think I think I'm funny, right? So I'm gonna do something right now and I'm gonna laugh after because of the responses, because of how confident people are, right? So do any of you ever just be getting annoyed by like noises? Like, I'm talking like a baby been crying for 25 minutes and you're sitting there like, oh my god, somebody that better damn shut that baby up. Drop a 1 to chat if that's you. Or drop a 333. We need to switch it up. Drop a 333 if that's you. Be honest. So I want everybody to pay attention to who dropped a 3 right now. These are the people that will punch your baby. No, I'm just playing. Right. So listen, right? Everybody that dropped a 3, I can almost guarantee for the most part, right? Virtually every single one of you doesn't read every single day. You want to know why I know that? Because you have to sit there and really focus on the book to sit there and read every day. So how many of you can say that you actually read every day? A decent amount, not just 2-3 pages, not just skimming 2-3 pages. Like, you actually learn something every day. Right? There's not as many people. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a high school dropout. I failed English, right? I never picked up. Now, you guys know what Sparks Note is? Spark Notes? You guys know what that is? Americans? Boom. That's how I got through grade 9 to grade 11 English. Spark Notes, never read not one book. You got me fucked up. I was that person. No cap. I was the worst, right? I was that person in class that the teacher knew that I wouldn't do none of the work, but they would still put me with the smart people. I don't know why. And smart people used to get mad. And I used to sit there and I used to get mad at the smart people. The smart people used to go snitch on me and be like, Cassius says he isn't going to do nothing. Cassius never does no work. Cassius is always skipping class. Cassius always smells like weed. Like, they're always just complaining about something, right? So I used to get kicked out of the smart people group a lot. But then there were some of them that were my homies. So they used to let me rock with them. But what you have to understand is that you don't believe what you don't experience in this industry. You won't believe that you can read a book until you actually pick up a book and read a page. You won't believe that people actually want to do this business until you actually go out and ask somebody. Like, no cap. Because I want to ask you guys a question, right? Is it harder to do the work or risk the sacrifice of not doing it at all? Which one is harder to you? Is it harder to do the work or risk the sacrifice? I want to know who I'm talking to. What type of people are on this call? Only 2 people? Only 2 people can answer? Not enough interaction, family. So everyone says they're willing to sacrifice, okay? So let me ask you guys a question now, right? In the last 30 days, would you say that you sacrificed everything that you know you've needed to in order to become successful? Yes or no? One person said yes. Holy moly. In the last 30 days, have you sacrificed everything that you possibly can? I'm talking you haven't watched not one Netflix episode. I'm talking you haven't went to the bar not one time. You haven't been to the club. You ain't your ass know you ain't driving past the Chick-fil-A drive-through without you, at least a lemonade. I don't know, that might be me. Sorry, that might be me. I don't know if that's you, but that might be me. But anyways, listen, right? Obstacles are actually opportunities because obstacles expose you. I want you to write that down. Obstacles are opportunities because obstacles expose you. The obstacle exposes where you lack, family. Like, you have to understand, if we didn't have obstacles, we would never have to grow because everything that we would want would already be flowing into our life in abundance without us even having to try. So that's really what I want you guys to realize. This stuff is simple, but we make it more complicated than it needs to be. Why? Because we don't think. So be honest, family. All right, is anybody right now, drop a 2 if you're kind of like in a funk in terms of maybe life, maybe the business, maybe if you're trading, right? If you're in a funk, oh man, I'm sorry, family. Did anybody set a gold limit? I'm sorry. I was sorry. That was perfect though. You see that? It came into my magical box perfectly. I think it's gonna keep dying though, so you can keep selling it. Stop loss right above the high. 1696. 1696 to be exact. You could sell gold. First take profit or partials would be 91. Oh my god, it's dumping. I'm happy that my gold instincts just kicked in and told me to look. Right? Stop loss above this high. I had this marked up at the beginning of the call, family. I'm sorry if you guys didn't see it. But to me, just looking at how that 15 minutes closing, we might spike back up one more time. I doubt it, but I like this to just continue lower, right? We made a lower low on the 3 minute. We came back up. We filled in balance. Now we're gonna, yeah, this looks clean. No cheesy, right? No cheesy. All right. So if you guys didn't sell, you could potentially wait for the next like 1 minute open. Like if it just opens and it goes up to start, then that would kind of be your sign, potential reentry. But yeah, like I said, stop above this high at 19 or 1696. I think we'll be safe. I wouldn't want to see it really come above there. On the smaller time frames, like I said, it's clean. So boom, I just wanted to share that with you. So now you can't be mad at me. Okay. So the next thing I want us to write down, okay? There is no good or bad without us, right? There's only perception. Okay. There's only perception. There's nothing is good or bad. That bad trade that you think you took, it's not actually bad. You think it's bad, but you only think it's bad because you lost money. You wouldn't have thought it was bad if you made money off of it. So now you have an attachment to just a particular outcome. And it's like that in the long run might hurt you, right? It might cause you to sit there and lose, right? So understand where you need to be mentally and start to accept the challenges that you're going to encounter. You guys ever heard that Biggie song, More Money, More Problems? More money, more problems. Right? If you guys want to accumulate more income, if that's your goal, then you really have to start to brace yourself for the simple fact that there might actually be certain challenges that are inevitable. Like, I'm talking challenges that you're going to have to go through, that you will encounter, that aren't avoidable. It's like non-negotiable. Like, you just have to accept, like, it is what it is. You guys ever heard the saying, it is what it is? It is what it is. We just got to accept life for what it is. How many of you guys really just sat there and look at your life sometimes and like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe this happened to me. I can't believe I've experienced this. Instead of approaching it with that attitude, approach it with it is what it is. You can't control it, right? Because there's a lot of things that we can control, but there's very few things we can. The few things we can control are our perceptions and our reactions, right? Our ability to actually go out and change and do something. That's what we have complete control over. We don't have control over anything else. Did any of you control how tall you were? How big or small your hairline is? How long your nose is? Some of you got long noses, you know that, right? And that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong. We don't discriminate against nothing. But at the same time, you didn't have the ability to sit there and create what you wanted. So now you have to accept that most of life is going to be like that. Okay? So I'm going to give you a little formula right now to win. Right? I feel like it's going to be fitting. Okay? So this is the formula. This is how it goes. Okay? The formula is win. W-I-N. Okay? So W-I-N. W, willing. I am willing. I want you to write that down. I am willing to sacrifice what it takes. And like, I don't mean like, just say you're going to sacrifice, like actually sacrifice the shit. Like stop sitting there and playing yourself. You guys know that we be playing ourselves sometimes when we be saying sacrifice. I know I do. It's okay, Jay. It's okay. You'll be able to afford it. You're in the right industry. Right? So I am willing. I am willing to do what it takes. I am willing to surround myself around the people that it takes. I am willing to make the sacrifice. Second, I inspired. You need to stay inspired. How do you stay inspired? You stay around success. I can tell why some of you quit is because you're not around enough people that are successful. If you started to surround yourself around success, I promise you, your perspective would be so much different. If you knew what I knew, you would do what I do. That's what my mentor taught me. The first time that I went on a yacht, I was like, damn, this is lit. Right? Sound like a 40-foot yacht with some of my business partners. Literally the next, like 4 months later, when I went back, he's like, yeah, we got rid of that little thing. We charter it out. It's over there somewhere on the East Coast. But we got this new little toy, right? It's only about 93 feet. It's like 93 feet only. Yeah, only 5 bedrooms. It's a little, we just got some. I was like, what the? I was like, my house doesn't have 5 bedrooms. And your boat got 5 bedrooms? So I was like a little taken away. But as you start to experience that, you really start to shape a different level of belief because now you've seen it. So when you go back home and you close your eyes and you visualize and you meditate, you can see that. Right? For anyone that isn't making their way out to Miami, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you do with, truthfully. Because if you're not willing to go to that event, then you don't know what sacrifice is, because at the end of the day, it's like, literally, you just got to do what you can. If you can't get out there, you can't get out there. You got to make sure, like I said, it's the last one. But at the same time, a lot of you can really make things work, okay? And never quit. The reason why people fail is not because shit is too hard, it's because people quit. we quit before the end of the tunnel. You guys ever seen that meme or that picture? I want you to imagine they're digging for gold, right? You've seen how some people quit. One person's kind of close, the next person's a little bit far, the next person, boom, he ends up finding the gold, right? Why? Persistence. I want you guys to write this down, right? Persistence simply means having faith, because without faith, you don't persist. If you're not faithful to the outcome, to the end result, not what you're currently going through, not the bullshit you're currently experiencing, not the tribulations that are shaping you to make you stronger, right? End means to never quit, right? So like I said before, new challenges equal new opportunities to grow, right? So when we sit here and it's like, the reason why most people fail is for this reason right here. I'm gonna give you guys a cheat code. It's cheat code. Okay. I love that people are leaving, because like I said, the people that leave are the people that blow their trading accounts. And then they come to me and they're like, I want to be on the charts at 7:00 after we just called out signals that went for like 30, 40 pips just now. Right? So everyone that stays, understand you're here for a reason, you're here for a purpose. You guys all came together. So make sure that after this call, you guys apply this information. You guys are ahead of the curve. Like, people are gonna be like, where did you hear that from? Don't worry, I got the plug. You guys got the plug, right? So the reason why people quit, like I said, this number one cheat code. Instead of using emotions like guilt, shame, disgust, anger, just any other like typically low vibrational emotions, right? Based on the context. Because most people are guilty because they know they shouldn't have over leveraged their trading account. Most people are shameful because they know they shouldn't have done whatever they did that is causing them to feel such a way. So take all of those emotions and use it as the fuel for the fire, right? Because what if you took your anger and you use it to make you work harder? Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about taking your insecurities and using that to make you more confident? Have you ever thought about that? Because within every problem we have a solution right in front of our face. You just have to, if you have a problem, you just have to look at the opposite. If you're broke, what's the problem? It's not that you don't have enough money. It's that you don't know how to keep money. It's that you don't attract money. Why don't you attract money? You don't think about money. You don't think about abundance. You don't think about what comes with attracting money. I eat, sleep, breathe, think money. What do? I attract money in so many different income, so many different streams. When things get hard, you persist. You don't quit. Have you guys ever talked to people? And even if you're a little bit older, right? And you've maybe had multiple professions, right? Like, was the issue that the school or the job wasn't it? Or was the issue that you just quit, right? You sat there and it's like you weren't there long enough. Some of you need to get out of your job, so I understand. But it's like a lot of people, right, are at jobs and they put in so much time and they put in so much effort, right? And then that's it. They don't want to do anything afterwards. And it's like, if you have a job, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you straight. If you have a job, if you have kids, if you have a family, if you have all of the above, it is going to be hard. But understand, harder, I simply believe when you have a hard path, that just simply means that God has something greater for you than you could even imagine. You can't even put your hand on it right now because it's so foggy right now. It's so unclear. It's so just, it seems far. But I want you to understand one thing. God, whoever God is to you, right? God is going to be the differentiating factor between you making it to the next level and you just staying stuck. Because you need to have a belief in yourself, and you need to have faith. You just need to be faithful within yourself. Like, I promise you, like, this stuff is simple, but we make it rocket science, right? Because you can't appreciate the light. I want you to write this down. Right? You cannot appreciate the light if you don't go through the darkness. Oh man. Let that one sizzle. Let that one marinate in your soul. Let that marinate in your spirit. Cooking. You can't appreciate the light if you can't go through the darkness. Right? So what do you want? You have to identify what you want on a piece of paper. Material things. Your desires, whatever it is you need. Like, some of you like the Gucci. You don't even know why you like the Gucci, but if you like the Gucci, it's okay to have the Gucci. If someone tells you, don't buy the Gucci, right? Don't buy the Gucci before you invest. That's what they mean. They don't mean don't buy the Gucci. They mean invest your money first and accumulate multiple streams of income, so that if your one stream of income that might be busting goes down the toilet, you're not homeless wearing Gucci. That's why. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with having nice things if you like nice cars. But you have to identify what you want, because you have to have the belief that you can afford all of these things. You can have you can't be driving a Honda Civic and sit there and expect to attract a BMW into your life. How does that make sense? You're driving a Honda Civic. But Cash, I need my Honda Civic to get to work. No, you don't. It's not your dream car. Take the bus. What are you talking about? How much money would you save if you took the bus? How much money would you save if you took public transit? A lot. Because now you don't have a car note. Now you don't have insurance. Look, I'm 21 years old and I've never paid for insurance a day in my life. I've never cared to drive. I've never cared. Why? People look at me crazy. But then I look at people that drive around all day and I'm like, you're working so hard to barely afford to drive. And if you spend extra money, now you're stuck. I could go buy whatever car I want right now, but is that something that is going to put money into my pocket? Depending on what I do with it, maybe. But cars was something that really wasn't something that I cared about. So cut expenses. Humble up. Because like I said, if you're a dream car, look, my dream car is a Urus. To me, until I have enough money in my bank account for the Urus right there, that's on the back wall, and the G-Wagon, the custom G-Wagon that I want, then I'm not buying it, because I'm not going to settle for something less than what I want. So you have to understand, are you settling? Like, have you convinced yourself that BMW is your dream car because you genuinely like a BMW and that's your dream car? Or have you been convinced by broke people, right, just above middle class people, that a BMW is literally, it's it? Because if you stop at a BMW, if you drive BMW, like, understand it's nothing to do with cars, it's any car. But if you drive a BMW, for example, right, or your goal is a BMW, you're never going to be in that income bracket to attract more than a BMW. Because most people are not even looking to buy brand new BMWs because they're expensive. They can't afford them. They buy 2006 BMWs. They buy 2012 BMWs. Like, that's what people do. They buy Benzes. They do all of that stuff. So what you have to put into perspective is don't make yourself go broke trying to impress people that don't even rock with you. You're only trying to impress social media at the end of the day. What if social media shut off yesterday? How many of you guys actually care about likes? How many of you guys actually care about recording everything if social media shuts down tomorrow? So that's what I want you to put into perspective. Let's humble up, right? So once you identify what you want, now identify who already has what you want. Who already has the things that you want? Proximity with the people that have what you want is going to, like I said, put that reality into your picture. Because before coming into this business, I never knew anyone with a 100-foot yacht. I never knew anyone that owned a penthouse. I never knew anyone that owned the Lamborghini. I never knew anyone that owned multiple collector watches, not just regular watches, like AP. I'm talking a plain Jane AP that's like whew, more than people's houses. So understanding that perspective, right? The next thing, who inspires you work-wise, right? Who inspires you in terms of life? In terms of what you like to do, right? And the last two things are really just what we need to do for ourselves, right? So there's two types of work that we need to put in. The first type of work, and is the most important work, is spiritual work. This is going to be 90%. 90% of the success. The level that you put into your spiritual development. I know it may seem absurd and it might seem crazy, but I promise you, it's not. It's not. Wow, that's crazy. I forgot I took these trades on this other account and I never partial, not one thing. Okay. Cash living risky. Okay. Okay, so spiritual work, 90%. The last 10% is going to be physical work, right? In the 7 spiritual laws of success, there's a law called the law of least effort. You should probably go listen to that law and figure out exactly what I mean. Because I'm not crazy when I say that the spiritual level of success is going to dictate whether or not we're able to sit here and be sustainable in the business long term and be profitable. And not only be profitable, but enjoy what we do. Like, how many people have you seen that make a lot of money that are just absolutely miserable? Like, do you just want to make money or do you want to be fulfilled? Do you want to be satisfied? Right. So the last thing, just to repeat what I said, was spiritual work is 90% of what we need to do, and physical work is the last 10%. Right. The law of least effort. Right. The law of least effort. And the audio or the book is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. So this book right here. So with that being said, the last thing that I kind of want to touch on today before I wrap it up is something that Seneca really covers. So if you don't know who Seneca is a Stoic philosopher, right? If you don't study Stoicism, I highly recommend checking it out. Check out Stoicism, right? STOI. One second. You know, the spelling, right? The spelling. I could say everything. STOIC. Ism, right there. Derek got me. Ism, right there. There we go. STOism. All right, you got me. Say it, like, you know, I probably should learn how to spell it. It's okay. It's okay. That'd be my task. The next time that we come on here, I'll be able to spell Stoicism without looking at the book, right? So Seneca is a Stoic philosopher, right? So this is what he said, right? Treat working on yourself as a full-time job. Like, you need to put as much time into yourself as you do into your job. I'm sorry. So next, recognize your flaws and improve. So write down on a piece of paper as well after this call all your pros and cons. Identify your pros and cons. Write them up. Okay. So part of the self-healing process is being your biggest supporter. You need to be your biggest supporter. You need to literally support yourself to the point where it doesn't even matter what anyone else says. Your confidence is through the roof, right? Don't be ignorant, but be confident in the things like your aesthetic look, how you look physically, right? Be confident in the fact that if you surround yourself around the right people, you're going to get to where you need. Just be confident in defending your beliefs and your ideas, but don't be ignorant to not accept logic. That's where a lot of people go wrong. Depending on your personality, depending on your zodiac sign, definitely is going to probably dictate, right? I know, for example, if you're a Scorpio and you're on this call, oh my gosh, you're probably going to be, you're the last person that I could probably go to right off the rip and tell you, yo, don't do that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, right? I like them. They're cool. But it's like when it comes down to mentorship, it's just like they don't like being told what to do. So there's certain personality types, and we need to learn how to understand our own personality type. Okay? So analyze the work, where work needs to be done. So if you lack confidence, write on your mirror or put sticky notes on your mirror when you wake up every day and you wash your face, you brush your teeth, you do whatever. I hope you do that in the morning, right? Put I am beautiful, right? I am handsome. I am attractive. Put something that's gonna make you like feel better when you say it out loud. And you need to say it out loud. I know most of you are not going to say it out loud, but the people that say it out loud are really going to be the people that see a different level of success, because it's the people that think that they're too, what did I say earlier? If you're too big for the little things, you're too little for the big things. So don't expect to make $1 million if you can't do these little things. I'm telling you, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a quote by him, right? Before I get to the last one. Because the last quote is, I'm just going to end it. And this is like a mic drop, right? Wow. But this quote right here, right? It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor. I'm going to say that again. Right? It is not the man who has too little. So it's not the man who's broke. It's not the man who's struggling. It's not the man who's poor. But it's the man who constantly seeks more. You know those people where it's like, I want to make $30 on my trade, but then they're up 37 and they're like, I want more. You know those ones? I want more. Like diabolical, like a villain, right? So most people want more. Don't be most people. So right here, the last thing I'm going to say before I wrap up this call, I'm going to ask you a question. So do you live? Or do you just exist? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Cash, what do you mean? I'm going to say that one more time, because I probably went over a lot of your heads. You guys, if you're like me, you guys probably dropped out of somewhere, right? So I'm going to say it again. Say it again. Okay. So do you live? Or do you just exist? Because the difference is, I live. What do you mean? I do what I want when I want. I live. I live for experience. I live to meet new people. I live to try new things. I live to get uncomfortable. But some people just exist. You're just there. Like some people on this call, you just exist. You're just on the call. That's it. That's all you guys will ever be. Just people that hop on the call. That's it. Numbers. And it's like, if that hurts your feelings, then it's like, I don't know what to tell you. This isn't motherfucking motivation. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's get hyped. No, this is, let's be real with our lives. Like, I wanted to ask a question, because I asked myself this question one time, right? I was on a psychedelic trip, and I asked myself this question, right? Like, if I died today, would people remember me next week? And I really just have to ask myself, have I made enough of an impact? We think we made an impact, but you have to ask yourself, right? You can't even get 5 people to join your business. How many people you think are going to be at your funeral? Because they clearly didn't join your business because they didn't trust you. If they trusted you, they would have joined. No cap. So it's like I asked myself that, and I really have to humble up to the point that where I wanted to be and what I was doing and the level of work that I was putting in and the level of intensity and the seriousness, I needed to kick it up a notch. And what did I do? I was able to make significant changes, not only financially, but mentally and spiritually. So that being said, family, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there today. If you guys got any type of value, just go drop value in the millionaire chat. Go drop value in whatever team chat you're in and say, wow, you guys missed out. If you guys missed out today, you guys better tap in tomorrow because tomorrow's the last day of the week, unfortunately. I won't see you guys till next week. But we got live trading tomorrow, Thursday, right? Let's make some bread, right? Let's make some shmonies. But in terms of that, family, I love and appreciate every single one of you guys, and I'm going to tap in with you guys tomorrow.